What's up, Frank Sepe?
Don Saladino.
And we just came up with a name for the show. I'll let you reveal it. It was a
Dun, dun, dun.
huge meeting, and
Sleeveless. With Sepe and Saladino. I think it's a lot.
I had a normal shirt on with sleeves, and then I found this in my car.
He just put that on and the sleeves blew off. He actually, I've never seen anything like this. The guy put on a shirt with sleeves, and the sleeves just blew off his arms.
Arms are like sleeves. And it's 20 degrees out in New York.
We're going to do the apple cut outside today.
That's right. We'll be walking through malls. We'll be doing everything sleeveless.
Yeah, and then we're going to be pantsless right after that. So sleeveless to pantsless. So what do you want to start with?
So we're going to do abs today. And obviously I'm sure everybody's New Year's resolution is to get better abs. You know, and everybody's a little bit fat right now. Everybody's like, I gotta lose weight. Even if you want to build muscle, you still want to build better abs, right?
Always want to build better abs. Yeah, coming off the holiday time right now, I mean, I'm not going to tell you I'm feeling at my peak.
No, me either.
I'm definitely not. In fact, I'm feeling quite shitty. But that doesn't matter because we're going to get moving today.
And I usually don't wear white, which in the lighting, we are much more ripped than we are.
Yeah, we need. I'm more concerned with our tan than our abs. I'm more concerned with our tan than our abs, but we're going to put the whole vanity piece aside right now. We're going to get going. We're going to rip up that.
He's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah, so, we're going to stick with the basics. New Year's was a lot of, want to give you some tips too. Some what?
Any booze? Not really? You really drink much?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant right now.
Yeah.
You need a shot to start the workout. You need a shot to start the workout.
I enjoyed a few beers and a little bit of wine.
Oh, yeah. Cut my wrist and tequila for now. Yeah. But, so before we start, give the people one thing that they should do this year. Like, what was your one thing? If you had a client come to you, Don, I need to lose weight. What am I going to do?
You know what? I feel like most, and maybe not in the bodybuilding world, but the average Joe is just, they're just dehydrated. And I just think hydration is one of the biggest tips and one of the biggest keys. So half your body weight in ounces of water. So Frank, how much you weigh?
Right now, 237.
So
2.
Damn, I can't do the math. Let's call it 240. So that would be about 120 ounces of water a day. I think minimum would be what Frank would need. So guys, do the math. I'm right now about 210 pounds. It's about 105 ounces of water, give or take. But I think you should be around there. I think that's a huge help.
And my advice to you is, like, people drive me crazy. I'm on social media all the time, and these so-called trainers and experts drive me nuts. Like, do this, not do this. Listen, the choices you make will dictate how you look and how you feel. If you choose to eat like crap, you're going to look like crap. If you choose not to work out, you're going to look exactly the same. So get up, eat good, sleeveless.
Sepe Saladino. And I want to add some to that because everyone wants their cake and eat it too. And we joke around, but your gauge right now is really how you look and how you feel, right? You go in the mirror and you're like, all right, if I'm looking great and I feel like I deserve it, I feel like I've earned that cheat, you're going to go do it. But I know you well, and if you're feeling like it's going in the other direction, you pull back, you dial things in, and there's a level of maturity that you guys got to start taking with all this stuff. Like, there's got to be this level of responsibility and accountability that you got to hold on yourselves.
But you know what? If you're 40 pounds overweight, or you can't run a mile, or you can't do this, forget about your cheat day right now.
It's out.
Yeah, exactly. You can't look at, people have been in the industry for 20, 30 years and say, okay, I'm going to follow their program. You have to do what you have to do to get in shape, and it's not, we could, down 7 cheeseburgers right now and coffee, whatever, cake and this and that, and 2 days later we'll be exactly the same because we know our bodies, we know what to do.
We have that foundation. We have 20, 30 years of experience.
But you have to gain that and stop lying to yourself and stop making excuses. That's it.
All
right, we're really prepared. Let's do, the basics for New Year.
Choose the first.
All right, let's see. We're in the barn. This place is awesome.
Thank you.
So we're going to start with people. So you can do it at home too. We got a bench. Got a regular weight bench, whatever. So I'm going to go real old school with Don right now. Right? And I know a lot of people aren't going to like this because they wear designer clothes.
I'm getting everything.
Watch this. Yeezys up.
I haven't done these in ages. I actually haven't done crunches in ages. It's funny about crunches because they take a bad rap because they're putting you into spinal flexion. But if you look at Frank's back right now, his back's flat. So he's creating tension in the abs. He's got his neck in a good position. And honestly,
what they say.
If you have back pain, don't do this. But Frank does them. So
Serge Nubret, old bodybuilder, used to do these for 1 hour straight. You're supposed to keep your chin up where you can fit an apple.
Is that what you said?
Under your chin, so your body's aligned in the right way. I see people like this.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
You gotta come up and squeeze and contract your abs, hold it, and bring it down. If you can come up and squeeze your abs for a second or two and come down, you're not gonna be able to do an incredible amount of reps. But it's an awesome way to start.
I'm still falling. I feel like I haven't done these stages. So
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it works, do it. And I can't wait for all the comments. When I did the cheat curl guy, I got, oh, they're using body momentum. That's wrong. It was in the text. Read the text. See, look. Don's got the Mickey Mouse ear technique. But see, you put the apple under his chin. He's looking up. Pick a focal point on, the ceiling. And also, too, I totally believe in positive visualization. So really, think about what your abs, what you want them to look like. Or so maybe one of your favorite social media influencers, their abs are, right?
yeah, I mean, and you were saying about the comments.
Yeah. Read them.
Coaches, yeah, but also coaches, like what I found is the really legitimate coaches, they don't comment on social media. Okay, the influencers, a lot of the wannabes do, and I'm sorry to beat you guys up here, but it's the reality of it. If you're hanging out, if you're watching us and you only have negative comments to say, like, do something better with your time, okay?
Yep.
Maybe start doing some abs. All right, so Frank's gonna hit another set here.
I never pull the, so they're like, what do you know? I'm like, well, I've written 8 books, top 40 infomercials, 175, this, that. Whatever. I don't need to say it. I just go like, you know what? I go, delete, block. You know what? Because having a positive mind frame is more important than dealing with morons.
Another thing too, so in reference to ab training, like a movement like this, it's been an old staple that's been frowned upon. There's back specialists, Dr. Stuart McGill, they'll talk about the compression on the spine. You know what? I know people that can get away with doing these movements, and I know other people that just can't get in any position where they're in flexion and they're gonna blow their backs out. So to each his own.
It's a simple solution. If it doesn't work for you, or if you feel any pain or anything, do something else.
Yep.
There's so many different exercises that you can do.
Someone asked, someone said, I have back issues. What exercises are good to do without getting injured?
I can jump in on that if you
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me a second. So I would not do these.
Nope.
I would not do a movement that's promoting spinal flexion. I think with back issues, first off, if you're having back issues, you always got to go see an orthopedist or a PT, and you shouldn't be taking advice from Frank or Don, right? Because
We're not
what do we
doctors.
know? And we're not doctors. But from the group of PTs that I worked with, if you are cleared to do ab work, maybe movements like planks, side planks, hanging leg raises, because that's going to cause, that's going to remove any type of spinal compression, right? Because you are in that hanging position. Other exercises like ab wheel, though I like it, it might be too intense and it might force you into a lumbar extension, which you don't want to be in. So the idea is to stay out of this arch position, keep those ribs down, keep that back flat, and then create tension safely. But always consult with your physician first.
You also find the root of what your back
Yes.
issues
Yes.
are before starting a program.
Yes.
And if you're going to sign up with a trainer, make sure it gives you a sheet and check off what medical issues you do have.
Yep.
Because God forbid you do have serious back issues, and you start doing squats and you start doing movements like this, you're going to give it it kind of destroys any momentum you have of getting in shape this year. So better than smart than just jumping in blindly and not knowing your medical history, your trainer not knowing as well. I got Don hooked on the old school crunches.
It's funny. I am.
With the Mickey Mouse ears. Can you explain the Mickey Mouse ears?
The Mickey Mouse ears. I don't like putting my head behind my head because I'm pulling on my head. So by doing the Mickey Mouse ears, you really can't pull on your head. So it's.
I'm gonna do one more.
Yeah, those are actually feeling. I can't believe you have me doing crunches right now. It's actually feeling.
He's probably anti-crunch.
And that's why I do it. I've always been this is more crunches right here than I've ever done total in my life. And I can tell you, I'm probably gonna end up jumping back in because they feel great.
That's like giving the alcoholic.
Oh my god! But it's funny. It's a different stimulus, and actually, my back feels really good.
It does. It's
Stu McGill knows shit, this is really okay, Dr. Stu McGill, you're the best. Let's go back, we'll do one more set.
I've always, even when I've competed and in shows, this would be the mainstay of my ab workout. I would do, you know, try to do 10 sets of 20. I'd hold them on top for about a second or two, really contracting them on top and coming down. But even, you know, what's cool is you can do these anytime, anywhere. So if I'm doing bench presses, in between sets, I'll do these. So let's say you do 6 sets of bench press with warm-ups, you get 6 sets of abs. So if you're stuck on time, then you don't have to do them at the end of the workout. And you can also prioritize them, you know, and not have energy to do them and everything instead of being exhausted at the end of your workout. And, you know,
it's pathetic on how fatigued I am. All right, you want to go to hanging legs or lying abs? Lying leg raises.
Your call.
Let's go hanging legs. I'm kind of a fan of these. Let's jump over here. Or you can use that, obviously.
Here's the pop.
I'm using the box next time. I almost broke my head.
This is 10 feet.
It is, but it's for these tall guys. So
yeah,
someone like you can do pull-ups down here without your feet bobbing down.
If you read any fitness article, whatever they're going to say, you do these for lower abs, but obviously in case you're tired,
Exactly.
you know, abdominal case. So the guy's doing like, he's got his knees up and he's holding it and squeezing it for like a little bit, you know, giving full contraction. Because you can use a lot of body momentum on this, but you are training your abs. Wow, look at the height of this.
Yeah. I like the high rack. No, seriously, the reason why I wanted this rack from Life Fitness and hammer strength was if I have friends that are really tall, I got a buddy of mine who was in the NBA, he's like 7'2". I got friends of mine that are 6'6", 6'7". They come in to do pull-ups in the gym, they can't do them. So if you're a little shorter, you got the box you can hop up on. And now I got something for everyone. So
I'm almost touching the floor because my arms are so long.
yeah, but it's still like this is actually a really nice. Frank's really tall, but this is a really nice height for Frank right now. He's about
On the way back too, when you're coming up, I like to kick it back.
yeah.
Kick it back, you get a little squeeze, like a little stretch on the abs and you come up. And then the superhero landing.
Go again.
I'll tell you, the jump is a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's no jump. You know, to not like breaking your ass. I remember being live on Home Shopping Network and the thing popping out of my ear and the power pack falling off. Let's go.
It's funny, I was on PBC once, and it was a colossal, just cluster. Everything went wrong that could have went wrong.
I went on 7 hours in one day.
Oh my God.
Talking about the same thing. Today's special, I walked through, you know, like this. You have the TS, you have the TS. I'm like, what's the TS? They're like, today's special. Private parking spot.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day, the same thing.
Endless coffee.
Burn fat, lost.
Yeah.
His bike now.
No, I mean, I did a product called the Body Wrench, which is a rolling device. And great device for rolling different areas of the body. I actually have a couple over there. But then last minute they called an audible and they said, well, you could do push-up with this, right? So they wanted me to do an abdominal rollout. And I was like, yeah, I don't think this is the target demographic. So I got on within like 25, 30 seconds. Enjoy your ride home. Next thing you know, I'm pulling off the Wendy's, ordering like double sets.
Cutting your car for the shoot.
Dude, I'm done. That was it.
Yeah. Here we go. See these, look at these sweatpants. Under Armour, I think I have probably 36 pairs of black, and every single pair that they make of that large and extra large.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
Yeah. Somewhat.
I'm glad you named the brand, though. It's not my sponsor, so thanks for that.
I don't even know what this is.
Just get a nice email.
Olympiagear.com.
I'm just joking.
All right. You see that video of the guy who sticks his leg down straight?
Yep.
Does that walk incredibly cool?
Yeah. You know what I love about hanging also? The grip strength, the lat lengthening, the shoulder mobility. There's a lot of benefit to hanging. I think at the very least, I even just try and get people to just hang sometimes. If they don't have that grip strength, just go to a bar and try to hang for 20, 30 seconds, up to a minute.
You're better off doing these at a playground. Don't do them on that chinning bar in the middle of your doorway. You ever see the video?
Yeah.
Thing collapses, hits him in the back of the head.
Have you ever seen
Gotta
that?
be safe.
I've seen a lot of videos of people going down. It's actually pretty funny, but it's actually very serious.
Oh, yeah.
We do one more?
Dude,
Yeah, let's go one more. This will
can
be
you
our
map this out?
I think it's not last time.
I'm scared now.
I just want to get up to action. My jumping's getting better.
Yeah, you see, Don went for the wide, I went for the narrow grip. There you go. Perfect. Good form, good body. Sophia, do we have any cuts at all in this light?
What?
Do we have any cuts at all in this light?
No.
Oh, I can
Oh,
do that.
hell yeah. You guys just need tans.
According to my skin doctor, I went to yesterday, he said no tan. So,
Uh-oh.
is that better?
Yeah. I like the other one better.
Yeah, what up?
Go for the mood lighting, Don.
I like this better.
Trying to do these.
That's 4 and 4.
Now we do one. It's 4 and 4.
I don't want to do it anymore.
That's it. I hate them. All right, third exercise. I think we did these before. Switch it up.
I love them. We don't have to switch it up.
Oh, you mean the lying leg raises.
Whatever you want. My leg raises, cable crunches, you should go.
Oh, you're up.
Oh, I am.
You looked at me like I crafted his cornflakes.
No,
Yeah, you're up.
I'm getting extra rest. Sweet.
Again. Nice.
Thank you. There you go.
That was my
240
cue.
pounds.
That was my cue. And honestly, these are one of the best. Love these.
Yep.
Lower abs. Crunch on top. Look at his knees. What is it, knees to nipples? How's that work?
I like a slight break in the knees. I feel like it's less hip flexor. So let me stand on here.
Yeah. It goes flying into the arm.
Flying into the arm, exactly. Good. Get more ink?
No.
You've always had double tattoos, both legs?
Yep.
How high does that go? Does that go up to your junk or not?
No, it goes to
Does it go to your knees, Frank?
It goes the other way. It goes to my toes now.
Does it go to your knees, Frank?
Now,
Is that how low you're hanging,
I'll
Frank?
give you a little advanced tip here. On the end of these,
Yeah.
you're up.
Yep. Love it. Yeah, it's making me feel a little funny.
Good thing you're on that side.
Get behind me, Frank. Thank you.
Good thing I didn't have any whey protein down.
Oh my God.
There you go. He's got a little kick. Look at this. So he's combining my post-exhaust into his exercise. It's just another variation. See that? I gotta keep your toes up, huh? Yeah. I'm up. We've both been on the cover of Muscle Fitness multiple times
He's been on it 100 times.
with no shirt.
I'll take my 2 times. I'll take my 2 times.
And one day we're gonna do a show on that. We're gonna do a show on, getting ready for shoots and for covers and stuff because a lot of people are interested.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right. So let's see.
Well, what's your
Toes out.
Yeah, so you know my point.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you questions right now because I know this is taking a lot of focus. Good.
What do we do? 40?
Oh no! I'm just going. I was done after the crunches.
I'm pointing my toes out to stretch.
Interesting.
And now just go. Always try to make a set hard, always try to challenge yourself. If it's too easy, then try to make it a little bit harder. Because if you don't consistently challenge yourself, you're not going to get better.
What are you doing? So I'm sure people are curious to hear. Like, what do you normally never have a lot of time to get ready for shoots? I mean, when you're doing that many covers,
Yeah.
you're getting a phone call and you're like, all right, Frank, we need you in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is. So what would you typically do?
Oh, so it depends on, usually not 4 or 5 pounds, but it's more manipulating your water in a safe way.
Yeah.
you know, than trying to lose 12 pounds of fat. So I created, you know, my own. I go into a nutrition store. There's a certain supplements I'll take to lose water, whether it be dandelion root mover, Ursa, cider vinegar, asparagus, and I'll make my own blend. Cardio, hot yoga, drop the water.
You still doing a lot of hot yoga?
Yep.
How many days a week?
Right now about 2. I was doing it every day.
You start feeling very like drained from doing it every day, or what? Like dry?
So you can't do hot yoga and then train with weights after because your body's so depleted of water.
Yeah.
I was doing hamstring curls and I couldn't pick up my keys and walk
You
to the
couldn't
gym.
do locking up.
And I was like, "So can you get those?" I got it for you, sir. Every time he sees me, he's like, "You okay?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
Sir, how you feeling?
Manipulating the water, it's tough.
It's tough. It's interesting because I manipulated water. Like I went to a real contest like prep back in 2014, and because I wanted to go through it because I never competed on stage, and I wanted to see what it was like going through water manipulation. So your buddy O'Hearn helped me out with it, right?
Yep.
And then the last 3 covers I did, I didn't even manipulate water. I just went in and I had 4 to 5 weeks for all 3 shoots was all I had. And I basically just removed any cheat meals, removed the very little booze that I might even drink maybe once a month. I upped the steady state cardio and I just really dialed in my macros. And I felt that every day my body it's so funny. When you get rid of all that variability and all that bullshit,
Oh yeah.
your body, just every day you look at your body and you're like, I didn't have that vein, I didn't have that, and it's like you have to be patient,
Yeah.
but people want it too quickly.
Well, we both started getting, you know, shredding up now for New Year. You just lost 8 pounds.
Yeah, I'll say
I just lost 4 in this week, so it's not like, you know,
Yeah.
we know what we're doing. But going back to getting ready for covers, like if you have a steady diet, like even get ready for shows, I'll do 100 carbs for 10 days straight. I don't have to manipulate my water.
Right.
I'm tight, I'm sure.
Did you go high day on that 11th day?
I'll have sugar and some carbs in the morning, but no.
Huh?
Because you don't know how your body's going to respond.
Right.
So if I look good, I'm eating enough protein, I don't look flat, but you know, I'm not going to throw 700 carbohydrates in my body to see what happens. Even get ready for a show. I know exactly what I was going to look like, you know, 95%, 10 days out. I wasn't like cutting sodium, cutting water.
You know, but you run pretty well fasted too. Like you probably haven't eaten that today, have you? Or have you?
I had a protein shake, and that's it. So
Okay, yeah, so you so Frank, I mean, you're 238 pounds.
Yeah.
You're not getting like a significant amount of calories in a day, are you? Or are you backloading them, or were you?
Yeah, I pretty much have 6 meals a day. I do 2 shakes and 4
Solid meals.
solid meals, yeah. But mostly, I would say 60% protein, 40 carbs
Yeah.
in that meal.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You're not just the fats are traits, right?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, wherever they are. Okay, I get it.
But I don't like to, wait, we gotta get in closer. There you go.
There's a
So
light.
you really are.
You gotta compare.
He's got it. I don't have it right now.
You're the ball. So, I said,
You said like cable crunches. I'm a huge cable crunch fan.
me too. So yeah, so we started with regular crunches on the ground, legs up, hanging leg raises, lying leg raises. These are awesome.
Yeah.
I use some sort of weighted too. I always add some sort of. If I'm in the gym, especially too, I add a weighted crunch machine or
I think
something.
that's a big miss by a lot of people. It's still the abs are still a muscle, right?
Oh, definitely.
You
Yeah.
still want to build them, and I think you want to get the skin thin, but you also want to get those abs really sharp and blocky. I
Oh,
feel like
definitely.
you really need
Some resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
There's so many good machines too in the gym for.
This is one of my favorites. This has been a
This is the
staple.
best. Yeah. You know, I used to do when we used to do photo shoots and stuff. Greg Plitt used to do these a lot.
Yeah.
But he would do them the opposite way with his feet.
Yeah, going
And
down.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Listen, it worked. It worked.
No, it worked for him.
Yeah.
But he was a guy who would eat 1 meal a day.
Really?
Yeah, he'd eat 1 meal a day. I was like, I was like, wow. So everybody has their own philosophy.
He was
He brings his elbows down, contracting.
He was a legend, man. He really was. I mean, he was about my age, I think. And he went way too early, unfortunately. But
Yeah, he was with. He was one of the first. When I was in charge of metrics, I signed Phil Heath, Greg Plitt.
Good people.
Yeah, right. Those are my first.
That was before
two
Phil.
sons.
That's before Phil even won.
Phil won 2 pro shows, but didn't win the
He
Olympic.
won the Olympiad.
I was like, they're like, we want you to sign people. I'm like, all right, how about Phil Heath and Greg Plitt?
Yeah,
You know, so we had them in the infancy. And I think at the time, you guys, when you were doing the metrics magazine, was Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. And then Greg was on like 1,000 covers.
Yeah, Greg was on 1,000 covers. Greg was always ready, though. You know what I'm saying? Greg was one of those guys that it really was inspirational because if you look at Greg Plitt, he, 365 days a year, the guy took his shirt off and he was, I'd like to say, a week to 2 weeks out.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've always tried to, aspire to be, or like how Frank is. He's the same way. So
Surprisingly strong, too. Greg.
Right.
Surprisingly strong. He's an Army Ranger. He was, a good guy. We did a lot of photo shoots with him. I actually shot the Greg Plitt calendar. There you go.
He was dialed in.
Squeeze. No, listen, I usually do the weighted at the end of my ab workout. I don't do it in the beginning, but I wouldn't go that much heavier than doing like 10. This could stop you from doing like 10 reps. It's not like you have to go super heavy on here. You don't need to do your 1 rep max on the ab.
Yeah.
There you go.
And definitely, it feels good when I'm doing abs. It's like ab training. I think at times I get a little bit away from it because I'm so focused on everything else. But it's nice to get a day or two a weekend when you're just focusing on that. I feel like your body feels good. And the main concern is as long as you're not causing any damage, right? Like if you have work you're doing, your back's hurting you or your hips are tight, you can't get in a position to squat or deadlift, then you're probably doing yourself an injustice and you probably want to decide how much volume are you doing or what exercises are you deciding, right? Like Frank knows his body really well. Frank's also very, in tune with what works for him and what doesn't work for him.
Like I said before, I would do abs in between chest movements. So I wound up doing like 16 sets of abs on a day. Because sometimes you're doing so much volume, I just do so much volume, you just don't have time at the end or the energy to finish up, strongly like you should to effectively work that body part. So I like to do it in between. There you go. But getting ready for a show, I do it every day. People are like, you can't train every day. I'm like, you know what, I don't know.
It's funny.
You do a lot of stuff when you're really young.
I find this is a discussion I've gotten into with a lot of bodybuilders. Like, you can train muscles every day. You just have to cut back. So think about it this way. This is the example I give. If someone's turning around and they're doing 20 sets of chest in a workout, I'm just making this number up, and they're doing that in one session, I know people who might take 5 days a week and do 4 sets per workout and spread it out over time so they're hitting it more frequently. Their theory behind it, and I'm not saying it's what you do or I've done it, their theory behind it is like, well, we can practice those moves more every single day. We're getting stronger, we're getting better at it, we're doing less volume so our bodies are recovering, and we're still accumulating that same amount of volume by the end of the week. Yeah. So there's different ways to look at it. So it's the same thing with abs. If you can go like we're blasting one session, or if you wanted to turn around, let's say we get 20 sets in, you want to do 5 sets a day, I don't see the problem with that.
No.
You're not going to be not recovering, or it's
no.
And we're back. We're live.
We lost
Sorry
you
about
for a
that.
second. We lost you for a second.
abs part 2.
We're doing abs. Okay, one of the things I like to do, either with a ball, dumbbell, whatever it may be, is twists. So I'll take them, I'll start back and forth, but I more bring it to the side, come back. Just kind of change the momentum a little bit and speed.
What are you focusing on here? Just kind of creating
When I
tension?
bring tension, bringing my arms back as far as they'll go with the ball to the side, but basically keeping my upper body straight, chin straight, but I'm moving my arms back, bringing the ball as far as I can on each side without over twisting. Oh my God.
Oh. Set of abs to them. How sore I'm going to be for the next.
So bring it more on an angle down. There you go.
Dennis James said, tell Frank to show us some abs.
Dennis! Oof. Dennis, I need the right lighting.
Get Dennis out to the barn to train. I hear he's a good guy.
We're getting O'Hearn here.
We'll get O'Hearn here.
So, yeah, it's just this, myself and O'Hearn, and Don, and Dennis, and who else we want? Big Rami.
I'd love to get O'Hearn back out here.
There we go. It's just changing the tempo, right?
Yeah.
Change the tempo and stretches out. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What weight did you use? What weight?
4.
Four?
It's 4 pounds.
Pounds.
So, yeah. You know, it's funny because over the years, do one more. With all the different, all the magazines we work for and stuff, you pretty much do about 1,000 different articles and stuff. You used to write articles too for us and everything else. And if you go back, there's some really good exercise that we kind of ignore.
Yeah.
And try to switch it up. And this is just a very simple thing,
Listen, I think the basics work pretty damn great. I mean, if you go back into the 70s and you look, it's funny, I watched Pumping Iron with my son the other day. He wanted to see it, he's 13, and we watched it. And you watch these guys in there.
They're squatting.
They're just squatting. They're like, what were they doing? It wasn't anything fancy. It was like Arnold doing cable rows and Arnold back squatting and
Totally.
doing gravity boots and all this stuff. And those things you don't even see much anymore.
You know what it is too, doing the magazines. It's basically, people say they're starting in January, but they really don't start until February or March. Like we would do marketing, analysis and stuff. And people, especially supplement companies, everything's dead until, it used to be till the Arnold started in March.
Arnold's in March?
Arnold was in March for years. And then everybody would be like, all right, I'm getting ready to go to the Arnold for that. So they would start, getting in shape, or they get inspired by people, go about that show. So, but now you go on social, so you can get inspired from Muscle and Fitness, Hers, Flex, the Olympia, social channels, the websites, right, everything. And this will be the first show that's on YouTube for Muscle and Fitness. It'll be on the website. Every show will be there, because I know a lot of people in the gym like, I saw your abs at your arm thing the other day, and I couldn't find it. It's because it was live. So if you didn't tune in tonight, you can catch it, again on musclefitness.com, the Muscle Fitness YouTube. We're going to clip up clips for it, but we're going to have a lot of different body parts and shows. Usually we're on Tuesday. That's when we have the most viewers too, on Tuesdays.
So we Tuesday.
So we'll do it Tuesdays, and I know that before us today is Eric. Give a shout out to Eric Bartel, great guy. Zach, if you haven't checked out the Muscle Fitness Reps show, that's on. You got to check that out.
Zach Ziegler, man, one of my partners
right.
over there. He's a phenomenal person, the editor-in-chief, awesome human being.
Yeah.
He's doing some great stuff with that channel right now.
And we'll be on there too, talking about certain topics as well.
Ooh, we should go on soon.
Yeah, and then definitely. And then I was on with him a couple of weeks ago.
Totally.
Great show. And from Bev Francis Gym, starting next week, we will have 3 different top pros next week, and we'll let you know on social media. Men's physique, women's physique. We got some great people at the East Coast Mecca coming for you. And then we have additional, and then there's more. And then we have some really special, Tony Dougherty, you know him from Australia, great guy. We'll have him. We'll have a lot of ex-NFL players and stuff that I'll be doing interviews with next week as well. So we have an action-packed week coming up, and Don and I will be back. Sleeveless
with Sepe Saladino.
Saladino.
Thanks for joining us. That was I should be sore for about a month.
Yeah, we should be good. And thanks for tuning in. And again, catch us on musclefitness.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.